Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum 5, which annoyingly, very annoyingly, does not save my preferences. So every time I start up the game I have to switch sound and scrolling speed and arrow keys and mouse speed. And there's no way, I don't know, I can't imagine that I'm the only one with that issue. I can only assume that it's caused by, you know, the old engine running kind of wonkily on a newer OS, Windows 10 in this case. So yeah, but I didn't find anything online about that, and no, I couldn't find out any easy way to like manually edit a config file. So if anyone has any idea or knows about this issue, please feel free to tell me, because I'm not looking forward to like 80 more episodes and having to edit those settings every single time I start up the game. Anyway, it's not that big of a deal, but you know, it is an annoyance. Another thing is that as soon as I started, or took literally one step forward here to discover more of these scuttlers lying in wait for me, and we are going to hunt them momentarily. It said that I'm encumbered, but I'm pretty sure I'm not actually. In fact, yeah, I did switch out those pants last time, so we're sitting at 53 out of 55. It should be fine. And I thought I checked everyone else as well. Okay, anyway, you should be fine. You have all your action points. Right, so let's actually start the game. Start playing the game. Okay. Got apparently 4 of these protecting the entrance to their lair or something. We are supposed to hunt some special scuttlers with like good eyes or something. Well, good eyes. Nice scuttler eyes. Right. Only the best, freshest eyes. Yeah, well, these must be the caverns northwest of New Harston, obviously, because, well, we are in this corner here. So I guess we're trying to enter that little nook. Right, and these things here are easy enough. Oh, wait, he only has 7. Huh, he is encumbered. What? When did that happen? I didn't even notice. Are these boots heavier than the ones he had before? Maybe? I think that's still the latest thing I changed. Apparently, oh. So taking off an item does not take action points, but re-equipping it does, apparently. That's interesting. Let's see, these are 2 pounds. I mean, that's only 2% protection, so I guess I'll take that off for the time being. I suppose action points aren't that important for the archer, because he doesn't typically need to move much. And he'll still be able to attack, so not that crucial. You can fireball one of these. Nice damage. Oh, okay, you just move forward. That was a bit of a whiff. That's not a problem. Let's actually check out this corner here. Oh, hey there. Energetic herbs. Sure. Warning, infestation to north. Something has been gnawing on the sign. I wonder what that might have been. Okay. Lots of skulls. Always a good sign. Oh. I wasn't expecting the map to continue this way. Where are we? Still? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. This was not the actual cave wall, as I thought. Have we actually entered this here? I don't remember. Scuttler Tunnel. Wait, did we? No, we did not. So maybe this is the place we were supposed to go? Well, there are scuttlers, so, well, I mean, we're gonna explore everything. But I guess we might as well start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But then we're gonna be out of action points. So I guess we'll wait. How far can you shoot? I'm never quite sure. You can't shoot from there, so that's like at least 9, well, 10 steps away, unless I miscounted. You can fireball one of these. It's all still just normal scuttlers, although I could have sworn the ones on the surface just now had a slightly different color. Maybe that's just because of the lighting here. Actually, do one of these. I should have done a... What was that? Oh, it tried to attack. That was a weird animation. It's just jumping up. Okay. Yeah, I should have done a well-aimed blow there with Rosluka. Oh. Okay, again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on slopes it's always so wonky. Yeah, it looks like it's too far away though. Nice. keep fireballing. I'll keep conserving your MP, and you should slowly be regenerating. Yeah, well. Well, I couldn't actually have done anything different there because I probably was still on cooldown, so it's all good. Did not mess up. I mean, messing up in these fights here is not really a thing because they're so easy. Okay, that's just another entrance to that same tunnel. What is that though? Oh, okay, that's just a different kind of tile. I guess that's the main entrance to Hearthstone, is that right? Maybe? Maybe not. Well, I suppose the camera just doesn't scroll this far, so we can't really tell from here. Okay, so we just got two of these like large stone pillars, basically. One here and one up here. I see. Well, Scholar Towns. Well, yeah, we weren't quite done, so let's keep going. Cat, please. Oh, and there's another entrance and a little scuttler. You take a close look at this hideous creature. It's small and fairly fast. It has long, sharp jaws, easily able to gobble up crops and small animals. It looks too small to do someone like you serious damage. A larger specimen, however, would be a different story. That's supposed to be our introduction to this species? Oh. Apparently, and to this entire dungeon. I mean, maybe it would have triggered by approaching this tunnel here, closest to our base. The game expecting most players to encounter that one first or something. I don't know. There's a deep hole in the ground here. Although it was burrowed out by sharp insectoid jaws, it's wide enough for you to fit down if you wanted. Well, of course we do. As you move to get a closer look, several large bugs leap out of it. They were about to charge into the crops eating mushrooms and larger prey. When they sense you, however, they settle for the more convenient meat. Well, that was a mistake, my friends. We have already dealt with a bunch of you. Okay. Never mind. You're friendly, as you should be. But hopefully I won't let you steal any of our kills here. Well, actually, yeah, that's okay. Would have one-shot him anyway. That little scuttler, I mean, I suppose we don't need to kill it, but it is a scuttler, right? I mean, it's not like that's a bad thing. Hello? Even though he's not happy to see an Empire soldier sniffing around, this guard is far too busy hunting pests. Okay, I think we've seen that exact description before. Cat, what is going on? I don't know why she chose this moment to start dashing through the apartment. But she does that sometimes. So long as she doesn't jump onto my keyboard, I guess it's all good. Under the thick layer of Scuttler's sputum, you can barely read what the sign says. New Hearthstone and Abyss Barga. Yeah, okay, well. No news there. More generic farmers. Okay, but let's not get distracted. Let's head back downstairs. There's another one? Okay. You know what? I'm sure that they probably don't even give it any experience. Or not much. So, not really worth my time. Entering Northwest Hearthstone? Are we though? Oh, and you walk down this corridor hoping to find the source for all the scuttlers. The passage ends with a cliff. As you try to find a way up, several scuttlers jump down. This is indeed the route to the source of the scuttlers. However, you won't be able to get there this way. Well, not the first time we came up on one of these little cliffs, which doesn't really look that tall, you know. You'd think that with some basic climbing equipment, it should be pretty easy for us to overcome that kind of obstacle. Kind of doubt, though, that the engine supports that. I mean, it could easily enough, but I'm not expecting it. Right. We're actually gonna throw in a quick heal here. Is there anything for us to gain for us here? No, I guess not. So we'll have to find some other way into the actual lair. Well, we did see something that looked pretty promising past this rock here. Hello? No? Not you. Oh, there's a regular scuttler. Well, of course, the one time I don't count the tiles. And it looks like, or it looks to me at least, like I should be able to make it. Of course, it's just a little bit too far away. Oh well. Alright. It's so valuable in the later games or newer engines to have the display of how many, you know, what path you're going to take, and or at the very least how many action points it's going to take you to get somewhere. That's so nice to have. Not to mention things like, you know, actually having your characters walk into position for range attacks rather than, you know, just telling you it's too far away, when you can easily enough just take one step and be in range. All these minor conveniences definitely add up. Okay. Well, this is the northern cave wall. So let's focus on this corner here. What is that? Oh. The caverns ahead are darker and cooler than the ones you were coming from. You feel like you're walking into your worst nightmare of what Avernum would be like. I thought we were mostly concerned about the heat and dampness, so cooler doesn't sound that bad. You hear a constant chittering and squealing echoing out to you. You aren't sure whether it is because of a trick of the caves or not, but it sounds like there are hundreds of creatures ahead, all of which hunger for your flesh. Hundreds? I hope not. That would take a while. The ground is littered with shed carapaces and gnawed bones. An obelisk ahead tells you who claims this horrible region. Hirickis. Hirickis? I mean, that doesn't sound like a scuttler. Also, a scuttler wouldn't be able to carve its name into an obelisk, or even have a name in the first place. So, I guess something else is behind this infestation, maybe? You focus, remember your training, and remind yourself that you are an Empire soldier. If you're going to be hunted, swarmed, pulled down, and devoured by a horde of flesh-eating bugs, you'll accept your fate with dignity. Excuse me? No, I will not. Domain of Hirickis. If you're not coming to leave me tribute, go away. Tribute, huh? So we're dealing with a... I guess not a dragon, but maybe a drake? Certainly doesn't seem quite... You know... Okay, same thing here. Doesn't seem like a dragon would choose such a place and you know, such lowly minions for its lair, but a drake, perhaps? Yeah, you know, these things are not really worth spending any resources on. Because even if we just throw a single fireball in a fight, we don't quite regenerate that much. There's a deep pit here. The bug sounds you have been hearing are exceptionally loud here. The native home and breeding pits of the bugs must actually be far below your feet. It's not hard to figure out how Hirickis summons forth the bugs to wreak havoc on the lands below. Okay, getting a bit ahead of ourselves here. I mean, I was kind of concluding that Hirickis must probably be controlling these, but we haven't really figured that out yet. There's a gong next to the pit. You wonder what would happen if you struck it. I was really thinking more like throwing some explosives down there, or, you know, just something burning, pouring some oil down there and setting it on fire to, you know, take out the entire nest that might be down there. But sure, calling them up and just slaying them up here works. It's just more work. It's possible that if Hirickis was gone, the scholars would be happy to remain in their hole. Unlikely, but possible. Okay, I mean, yeah, I suppose we have read that this is the domain of someone or something calling itself Hirickis, but yeah, the game seems to assume that we know more about that than we really do. Anyway, you're gonna stand back. That is not within line of sight, apparently. Cannot shoot that target from here. But surely from here, yes. Okay. Pierce Scuttler. Alright. Not too fierce. That's okay. Finish that one off. Okay. Mage and Priest seem capable enough of dealing with these early game enemies, at least, with their physical attacks. That's good to know. Oh. Swapnir leveled. Congrats. Can you do anything with that level? I mean, we've seen that even 5 strength is not really enough to be wearing even, you know, some medium armor, really, not even particularly heavy. So 4 is definitely on the low side. I guess I can probably deal with that. But I mean, we already had to take off our cloak, and that's... Well, he's wearing a chain armor, so I guess technically he doesn't need to be doing that. We could probably settle for some good, you know, leather armor that is in some way enchanted or enhanced if we find such a thing. That would probably save us a lot of weight. I mean, and that's all apart from the fact that we cannot even increase strength because that costs 7 freaking points. I would like to increase his bow skill. That's going to give us damage and hit chance, which we will need. Of course, I would like to keep increasing tool use to some level higher than this. But I have been putting, I think, my entire points into tool use up to this point. Have I even increased anything else? I have increased strength once, that's true. But everything else I think went into tool use, and that seems kind of silly. So why don't we go ahead and go with bows for the time being. Seems like focusing on some combat at this point might be a good idea. Okay, Tattersail leveled up. 6 points. Not quite enough for mage spells, which is getting very expensive. Huh, but 6 does not seem particularly high. It must require quite a bit more than that to cast the highest level spells, right? But we might be good for the time being. Oh. Of course, I'd rather, you know, prevent running into the problem of, you know, encountering a new skill trainer, a spell trainer, and not being able to learn the spells because, you know, because we don't have enough mage spells, and then I'm gonna have to start saving up points for possibly several level ups to increase that. I think for now, well, I mean, spellcraft is always a good thing to have and pretty cheap to get. Maybe a bit more nature lore. It is cheap. And I could get spellcraft and some nature lore. I don't know how much of that I really want. I mean, sure, it gets us, it allows us to dig in well, dig spots. There might be some nice items in there, but I typically tend to just, you know, be sitting on huge stockpiles of potions and herbs and other consumables, which are typically what you find in those by the end of the game. So it's not particularly important, I guess. Indecision. I think I want to go for spellcraft. It's not that high yet either, so a bit more of that, I suppose, can't hurt. Let's see here. Can you actually... Yes. Yes, you can. Speaking of dig spots, curing potion. Pretty neat. So I haven't really looked at what was going on here. Okay, so more closed gates and a cliff. Okay, so we have to go deposit tribute here. Yeah, no. Sorry, but no. We're gonna take the back entrance, I guess, through these scuttler tunnels. Oh, on the bright side, it looks like this this pit might be a rear entrance into this complex. The tracks in the ground head up to the edge and disappear. Some people have climbed down here or were flung. People? Not bugs? Or drakes? However, looking down, you see that the ramp down ends well above the stone floor below. If you climb down here, you won't be able to come back the way you came. Thanks for the warning. So we'll first look around here, and that's actually all that is here. Okay, well. Down the... Yes. Down the pit of no return, it is. We should be fine, I'm sure. What is going on here? Oh, you're Hirickis. You're not a drake at all, just a person. Pfft, lame. As you wander around this odd laboratory, examining the strange stone troughs and trying to ignore the stench, you hear someone clear his throat. Someone is watching you through the gate to the east. He looks like a mage. He wears long, flowing robes with a creepy skull pattern. They would be impressive if they weren't so threadbare and dotted with stains. Some of the stains look like they were made by soup. The man grins and chuckles. This is too good. Empire invaders trapped in the snare of Hirickis. You are Hirickis? That is not my true name. I changed it to help hide from those who hunted me after my escapades to the east. My tale is a long one and full of bravery. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm also not particularly interested. I mean, I kind of am, but I would get a choice to just ignore him for the most part, just to annoy him. I will do that. What is your real name? Do I care? What did you do to the east? Oh man, I mean, I kind of want to know the story because it's probably pretty funny and well written. But for role-playing reasons, I would just, not indulge him. It's tough. Enough talking. I demand that you free me. You know what? Let's go with role-playing for the time being. Yes, I will free you before I depart. That is, you can leave if you get through the scuttlers between you and the exit. Well, I mean, we'll probably be able to do that, yeah? Meanwhile, I prepare to depart. You're leaving? Yes, there's too much activity here now. Your arrival only shows that. All I need to do is gather my treasures, dispose of my last apprentice, and release all my scuttlers in one last vengeful assault on New Harston. That reminds me, if you run into my last apprentice on the way out, could you kill him? Save me the trouble. Well, we'll see if he's hostile. You're insane. I mean, yeah, he probably is. It has been so remarked by people envious of my power. Oh well, back to work. Enjoy the scuttlers. He turns and walks away. Okay. Really wish I could attack through these kinds of grates, but don't think you can. Oh well. What have we here? Raise dead. Oh, return life? This early in the game? Spoiling the game. We will take one of those. Hopefully we won't need it. Ever. Let's sell these. Is the mortar and pestle useful? No. Apparently Hirickis uses this room to make food for his more promising scuttler pets. It is made from moss, fungi, and the remains of the other scuttlers, left to ferment in these disgusting stone basins. Hirickis left one note of interest among his deranged rantings. The mindless drones respond well to the crack of the whip and the stern voice. I do not fear competition from other masters, as few know as much about the creatures of the caves as I. And yet, the apprentices, they see my secrets from time to time. The more promising of them must be culled. Why even have apprentices if you're not okay with them learning from you? And then, I mean, again, he's insane. Guess that answers every question. Lamp? Oh, that's just a lamp, of course. That can be sold. Well, the thief is in charge of our light sources. Not that we need one here, but... Hirickis, like most wizards who survive their early careers, is cautious. In case of an accident, he has placed a pair of enchanted basins here. In case of a harmful accident, he can restore himself by drinking from them. It would be a risk, but you could see if the beneficial magic would aid you as well. I mean, since we don't have to right now... Again, there's a freaking switch on the wall. I mean, here, at least the map doesn't indicate any secret passages. I mean, I suppose maybe that's not necessarily a switch, but it is the graphic that was used for a switch before. I wonder if there was ever supposed to be... some sort of secret passage triggered by that switch, or by a switch, in some earlier iteration, and it was just removed for some reason or another. Or if it's just to intentionally throw people off. Or, I don't know. But I mean, in that tunnel that we saw some time ago, maybe last episode, I don't know. Could have been longer than that. But why? You can walk through people though. But I guess, okay. Yeah, I remember that was the case in some earlier game as well. And now the scuttlers are coming after him for some reason. It's all highly inconvenient. I mean, now that we've created an opening here, they might actually be coming back. No, it's fine. We're gonna walk around this way, I suppose. Although, maybe they turned around, who knows. Oh, they're not here yet. Now they are. This was a bit of a mess. I'm not sure why that scuttler didn't do it. Oh, okay. It was actually stopped by those two. Well, it was trying to reach Swafnir. Okay. Let's click on this. You strike the gong. And I'm... Oh, actually, this... Position-wise, this should be the same pit as the one on the map above, right? We just, of course, never struck that gong. We might have lost the ability to summon some extra scuttlers there, I suppose. So the game did seem to indicate that after we deal with Hirickis, they will no longer be available. I mean, minor loss of experience, I guess. You strike the gong. The echoes double and redouble the sound, carrying it deep into the pit below you. Your ears ring. When the sound clears, everything is deathly quiet. The scuttlers are silent. And then you hear a scratching sound coming from the pit. It gets closer. Some of the scuttlers have been summoned by the gong. When they reach the top, some are irritated and irritable and hungry. Others seem aimless and confused. You think that if you had a whip, you might be able to tame them. Alas, before you can grab one, all of the hungry, irritable bugs swarm you. Okay. I mean, I don't think whips are actually a thing, or are they? Oh. They totally are. I mean, just for fun, maybe if there are some future encounters, similar encounters, if there is actually something to do with that whip. We'll see. I mean, not that I mind fighting them, of course, because experience, but... Oh, that one is tougher than I expected. Yeah, let's finish it off. Priest should not be standing in the front lines here. That's okay. Right, and to finish that... Well, finish that sentence from 5 minutes ago. So this engine here, like some... Well, or I guess this game, using the same engine as definitely Avernum 4. And that might be where I'm remembering that, that quirk from. Even though you can move through party members, and the AI, I think the AI even automatically moves through party members if there is no other way. But so long as there is another way, apparently, and there is a way around here, it will try to take the long way. So you have to manually first click on the party member you want to switch places with, and then you can continue. That's what I should have done there. Yeah, it's odd and doesn't make any sense, but oh well. Come on. Nice. Let's see if we can actually summon more of them here. We cannot. Well, we have the whip now, and if there really is some kind of, you know, special interaction with them, if you have one, we'll see. Possibly. Yes. Gold ring, nothing special. Your inventory is getting a bit full, though. It should be possible to give the whip to anyone, for what it's worth. If it does indeed do anything. So I guess these are the apprentices, some of the unluckier ones. Shielding potion, sure. Might come in handy. If I remember to use it. Okay, so locked doors here. Scuttler hatchlings. I mean, those should be particularly weak. Indeed, they do have very few hit points. The enormous cavern contains the largest of the scuttler pits. The smooth, slippery stone floor leads down to the chasm. The sound of the hideous creatures are very loud here. It's hard to think. Across the pit to the northeast, you think that you can see construction. Hirickis, or more likely his servants, has been building a nice little fortress, which he is now planning to abandon. I mean, okay. It's his money, I guess. Assuming he paid any money. You can fireball. You. Once again, I was trying to fireball, it was too far away, I clicked again, and because it was too far away before, the action had been cancelled, and the rest is history. I'm gonna maybe eventually remember all the quirks of the engine. It might take a while, though. Wow, okay, there's a lot of these. Can you please fireball now and actually one-shot that guy? Very good. Yeah. I mean, he's close to being able to one-shot these hatchlings, at least. Wait, this one is panicking? Makes sense. Well, you're gonna be stopped? Wait. That's just a hatchling. Why didn't you... How? Okay. So that one... well, we need to reduce the numbers. You heal. Come on. Thank you. Take out that one. Rasluka leveled up. Good. We want more strength. We need more strength. So, yeah, unfortunately nothing for you this level up. Although, we will need 7 points. So we only need to keep 2. Is there anything for 3? I could increase defense and have enough points to increase strength next level up. Defense or hardiness. Reduce damage you take from all sources. And defense is avoidance, yes. Evasion. 3% per level. It's not bad. Could even go hardiness, 1 level of nature lore, because why not? And then have enough for strength next level. Right? Yes. Sure. Why not? Fireball. Maybe finish off that guy that you hurt. Very good. Oh, right. There was 1 left. Okay, that was a mid-sized encounter, but we're good. There is a large pit here. Is there a gong? There is. Okay, so maybe we get another chance to see what happens when you do have a whip with you. Oh, this one is even marked. Central pit. Well, not the gong specifically. Alright, there's one here, and there are more whips lying around. I mean, I'm assuming that 1 is enough if there really is something to do. You strike the gong, the echoes double and redouble. When the sound clears, everything is deathly quiet. The scuttlers are silent, and then you hear a scratching sound. Right, when they reach the top, some are irritable and hungry, others seem aimless and confused. Okay, so you basically... we're basically going to take control of the ones that are confused, right? You grab your whip and try to tame them. Fortunately, you seem to have a knack. Your study of the creatures of the caverns pays off. Oh, and cave lore helps with that, I'm guessing. Maybe good thing that I just increased that one by 1 point. 2 of the scuttlers will now follow you around and help you as long as you are in the lower chambers. You can target them with healing and blessing spells. Oh. Yep, tame scuttlers. And it's the big ones, too. Oh, nice. Oh, how far are they? 47 health? Not bad. Not too shabby. Okay, let's... Wow. I mean, they might have terrible hit chance. It's kind of my experience with pets, you know, with summoned creatures in all the Spiderweb games. They're, well, maybe excluding Geneforge, where there's a huge focus on pets, but like all the summoned creatures from mage or priest spells. Yeah, okay. So the Tame Scuttler missed with a 65% hit chance. Yeah, so my experience with those, for the most part, is that they tend to have terrible hit chance. They can deal okay damage when they do manage to hit, but for the most part, I've concluded that they're really never quite worth it. They do provide extra targets, like to tank an additional hit or two. Is there another enemy visible? Oh, we are too far apart. If you say so. Really? This is too far? Come on. There we go. You're still around. Are you actually sticking with us? Apparently. Okay. I mean, they count as NPCs. Obviously, they're not really part of our group. So if they kill anything, they finish anything off, I'm most likely not getting any experience for that. But you know, just for fun, it was nice to see what happens with the whip. That being said, I think we want to focus on actually fighting and killing more of those that we've summoned in the future. We don't really need these. I'm guessing, yes, it says rejuvenation pools. Although, I don't know, with that first description that the game gave us, that makes me think that there might be some kind of trickery possibly going on. Like, maybe one of them is actually poisoned or something. Probably not going to be particularly harmful, and maybe it's not at all, but we don't need it, so whatever. You strike the gong. The echoes double and redouble the sound. Right, it's actually just the same as before, except that it's 4 fierce scuttlers. Of course, now I'm mildly curious whether all 4 of these would have become friendly, or maybe again only 2 of them. And scuttlers are gonna get a kill. Good for them. Alright, even in this big central pit, there's only one batch of scuttlers to summon. It's fine. Let's not head into the next map, but look around here a bit more. Okay, nothing special with those. Actually, oh, icy scuttlers. Ooh, 234 health. That's a tanky one. Mushrooms. Does anyone need any healing at all? Nope. Okay, you can use another energy potion because you've used one. Get a healing potion. That's not what I meant to do. There's a light source for you, I suppose. 40 to 100. It's the same. Okay, let's just use this. Yeah, it's really not dark down here, but whatever. So this continues, and that should connect... Actually, let me just quickly head over here to confirm. Yeah, that's where we saw that cliffside. Oh, so actually, what is this way? Oh, another cliff. Interesting. Fierce Scuttler. Can we fight you at all? We can. But it can't attack back, I suppose. So it didn't even put us into combat as we approached. Huh. Okay, so there must be some other... another Scuttler tunnel entrance. I guess we hadn't explored most of them, the overworld map there, so that's very likely. More rejuvenation. I mean, I guess the game did put us in this, you know, no escape situation, so I guess it's appropriate that it would provide ample opportunity to heal. Of course, our party is quite capable of dealing with all this without any regen. But depending on your party composition, that might not be the case, of course. Oh, okay. Ah, there's the icy scuttler. Okay, I mean, of course I wasn't going to completely ignore it. I was going to deal with it eventually. Might as well do it now. Okay, wait. Oh, it's slowed Rosluka down. But didn't she have this debuff before? Okay. You can shoot it. Miss it. Oh, she actually missed her turn. I see. Well, that's okay. 41 damage from a fireball. Seems like it's extra vulnerable to fire, which makes sense, judging by its name. And it's dead. It's not dead, actually. Wait, what? It's at 2 health. Judging by the health bar, it looked like it should have died there, but okay. That was easy enough. Debuff is gone. That's good. Barely hurt at all. Oh, there he is. Let's. Okay, let's confront him now, I suppose. You finally track Hirickis down to his chambers. It looks like a combined laboratory, throne room, hatchery, and expression of madness. He stands on a platform at the center of the chamber. The raised area is surrounded by clusters of eggs. Some of the eggs are vibrating, as if they might hatch at any moment. Hirickis looks irritated. You know, you could have left. Why hunt me down? All I would do is send a horde of scuttlers to destroy New Harston and then leave peacefully. Why should you care? Are you after treasure, glory, vengeance? Yes, all of those things. Can't let you hurt the innocent people of New Harston. Yeah, I suppose I can't. I mean, it's not really why we're here, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to maybe, you know, buy some sympathy. And also just, you know, helping people is a good thing, I guess. I don't like you. You know, that's also true. All of these. I want to protect the people. I don't like him, and I want treasure. Can I say all of the above? You know, I don't like you. Is probably the strongest reason here. Understandable, I suppose. Well, okay. I knew that you would probably seek revenge for some imagined slight. Imagined. Like you taunting us and wanting us to get killed by your vicious pets. You know, that kind of thing. It is the way of the Empire. By the way, there is something you should know. Yes? I hope that you appreciate how inconvenient killing you will be. I will have to flee a long way to avoid the wrath of the Empire. Oh well, best prepare yourself. It is time. He begins to cast a spell. As he does, the eggs around you begin to hatch, releasing hungry scuttlers. I really wish I had not stepped, you know, one too many tiles into his room, but it's okay. We will deal with him. We did not actually run into his apprentice, which I assume was a thing that could have happened. And I wonder if we wouldn't have been able to convince that apprentice to fight with us, perhaps. Or at least not fight us. Anyway, it's not a big deal. We will just deal with you. Can I reach you? Okay. Oh, we're not actually in combat yet. That's why no grid. But even now... wait. No, there's no combat grid. Wait, battle is over? No, we're in combat now. Yes, starting the round. Okay. There is no grid being displayed. Unless I'm completely crazy. I guess... Okay. No, maybe it's just so dark that it's almost invisible. It's definitely not visible on this floor at all. And you know what? It's okay. I'm sure we're gonna be fine. I should have gone with armor break. This guy does have quite a bit of health, despite being a spellcaster. Okay, he hasted himself. That sucks because we can't really do anything about that. Should I? I guess I'm gonna poison him first. I don't know how long that lasts. The other option would have been hasting Rosluka, of course. Let's see. Just to make sure that everyone's gonna be affected by this. I guess I didn't have to really move forward this much, but I did. It's okay. These are not particularly strong, so let's just pick them off, I guess, so they don't become more of an annoyance. Okay, he's also summoning things. Haste her. Buff defense for good measure. He's continuing to take poison damage or acid. Nice. Ah, okay, finally our scuttlers are joining the fight as well. If they could focus on the summon pets, it would be ideal, of course, but there's no way to affect that. You're going to haste him. I don't know if that's really more efficient than just casting fireballs and dealing extra damage that way, but well, to heal. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a Scuttler Hatchling that's checking our taint. Scuttler, where's the other one? It's just sitting there. It could easily enough make its way to the fight, but well, that's fine. You. Oh, you can actually break armor. You should have done that with your first attack, of course. I was looking at the fatigue there. That's okay. You can do a well-aimed shot for extra damage. Very nice. Oh, Hirickis stumbles back, heavily wounded. I would say so. He spits out some blood on his already filthy robe. Curse you! I knew I should have left earlier. I get greedy and now I finally have to pay. Or perhaps not. I have a splendid treasure hidden nearby. If you let me go, I will only take the clothes on my back and I will open the way to the treasure. It will be very profitable for you, and you can tell New Harston that you drove me off. Right. I suppose that's probably a quest that you get there as well, since, I mean, I can only assume that he has already used his bugs to actively attack New Hearthstone in the past. I guess he was talking about one final attack before he leaves, so yeah. Well, anyway, it's fine if we beat the quest first, of course. That way we can just collect the reward immediately as we get it. But anyway, what do you say? His voice is raspy and weak. Show a little mercy for a demented old man? No. Because I cannot trust you to not just do the same demented kind of thing wherever you end up being, wherever you end up going after this. In fact, I can absolutely count on you doing that very thing, so sorry, but no. Hirickis nods. Then I suppose I knew this was coming. Do it quickly then. I am ready. He managed to make me kind of feel kind of bad about, killing him. But he did bring it upon himself, so... There's a lot of extra bugs and creatures, but... Okay, finally. At last, Hirickis falls down and dies. Never again will innocent Avernite villagers be tormented by his insanity and extortion. I do feel kind of bad for not, having had him tell his little story. But, it's fine. The main thing I wonder is if he's actually like a character from one of the earlier games. Well, probably Avernum 4, if anything. Because he did say that he changed his name and that he did wreak havoc in the East, was it? So maybe he was some early game villain from the previous game. Oh, that's mine. No. So we're good then, yes. Alright. Well, a bit chaotic with a bunch of extra creatures around. Just another gold ring, which doesn't stack, but it's okay, we still have some room. I mean, everyone has room, since weight isn't a thing. Blessed Silk Tunic. Oh, 6% protection, +1 to spellcraft. A nice shirt, very tasteful. I guess it's not the stained one that he wore. He just did have this on him. Spellcraft and good protection. Well, actually not as good as leather armor, but pretty decent. As good as a robe, actually. Well, I mean, we obviously don't need that anymore. And I guess we're going to give this to you. Who ends up in melee more often? I suppose she does? Well, that means that she should have better protection. But she also uses more spells, so having more spellcraft is more useful for her. I mean, either way, it's not a huge difference. This is lightning spray. Well, since we don't otherwise have an area magic or any kind of area attack yet, you can have that. Open this from here for what it's worth. Okay, it's just random body parts in a barrel. Very nice. Terror wand. Oh. And that deals damage as well. Okay. It's a group heal. Yeah. I mean, I suppose you can have that, because she has days as a... Why do we have these? She has days as a crowd control spell, as well as various attack magics, so... Okay, these are his private quarters. So which one was the door that he was talking about that he was going to open for us? And are we going to be able to open that by ourselves? Okay, you can have a shoe upgrade. That is fine, yes. Okay, I actually have to pay attention to everyone's carrying weight, of course. He's getting kind of close, but we will eventually find another more mage-specific piece of armor. She's much better off now, of course, since the tunic is a lot more lightweight than the leather armor. Just hardly worth selling, but it's okay. Steel gauntlets. Protection 6, -5 to hit. Protection 4, no penalty. And more lightweight, so... Wait. What? Weight 4. Also weight 4. But same armor and no penalties, so upgrade. We'll sell that. Yeah, you're still in the same position though, weight-wise, unfortunately. Sheets of papyrus. Ice bolt for you, I guess. Normal cloak. Ooh, a fine robe. Well then, that's just good protection. Same protection as this, but 5 pounds versus 10. There you go. You have found a spellbook, no doubt brought here by Hirickis. He's been using it for a while, and some of it appears to have been written when he maintained some of his sanity. You skip over the necromancy and the crazy bits and find one interesting and useful spell. And slow has increased. Okay. Everyone's knowledge of slow. I'm assuming it's a mage spell. I mean, obviously, Hirickis was a mage, so that makes sense. Costs 8 energy. Causing them to only act every other combat round. Oh, so that's not just a chance for them to miss their turn, but it's literally guaranteed. Guarantees them to... Okay, thanks. Thanks for not staying there and blocking me forever. So it guarantees to take every other turn away from them. That seems pretty good. Augmenting potion. Well, the game does not want to tell me about what use item effects are, but augmenting sounds good. Like some sort of combat blessing. Okay, I guess we can go around this way. Oh. Wait. Button. Maybe? Huh. Yeah, okay. I can see that there, according to the map, there is a secret passage here. Anything at all to interact with? I guess I haven't looked around up here. What? Oh, goblin slave. Interesting. Miss. These are first goblins in this game? I think so. Pigs, a belt. Oh, wow. I keep thinking that we have enough belts for everyone, but not quite yet. I mean, technically these guys are unemployed now and have no reason to stay, but I suppose they couldn't possibly have heard the news yet. Okay, that's open. Altered Scuttler. Interesting. Being contained by some sort of energy field? Oh? Oh, you're Apprentice Quell, and we don't get any kind of chance to talk to you. And convince you, well, not to be stupid, not to throw his life away. Oh well. 27 health. 300 health. Okay. Also... Oh no, never mind. It's fine. I was just about to say something stupid, so I'm not going to. Oh, you finally leveled up. Right. 6 points, which is not enough to do anything useful. Wait, no. We can't give you pre-spells or intelligence. I could improve first aid a bit more, and then have enough points next level up to actually maybe even increase intelligence. That doesn't sound so bad. I mean, his spellcraft could use a boost, effectiveness. Okay, right. I also kept I don't know. I think at one point I was confused about what exactly spellcraft did, because I think the skill of the same name in later games, or well, earlier games but newer remakes, whatever, has a chance to reduce spell cost and not just Or was that called something else? I don't know. Here it's just straight up spell power, which is good, of course. That also costs 4. I feel like we could always use more first aid, but then again, we have really not been struggling with resources at all. So let's do spellcraft, and then next level up we're gonna have. No, we won't, because I'm dumb. We will have 7 points, not 8. So no intelligence increase if I do that. Dang it. Is there anything else? I mean, I could just not increase anything. I could increase bows for 3, and that would leave me with 8. Or intelligence. Is that worth it, though? Probably not. Could go arcane lore and have an extra point left over. So this by itself doesn't... Oh, well, it helps resist mental effects for what it's worth. Which I suppose is a good thing for the priest to have a lot of, so he stays, you know, undazed or unmind-controlled to possibly cure the rest of the party. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to go with that. Sure. He doesn't need extra spell power quite as much as the mage. Oh, okay, I was gonna wonder out loud if this guy was even going to join the fight actively, but well, here he is. Poison him. Attack buff. Make him vulnerable. And a double attack, very nice. He hasted himself, but used up his turn that way. I could slow him down, basically negating the haste effect. I mean, I suppose we just got the spell. It's a bit on the expensive side, but we're also mostly done exploring here, so we might actually be returning to civilization sometime soon. Oh, that's a single target too. Oh, it's fine. He resists the slow spell. That's terrible, because that means that I just wasted 8 spell points. Oh well. 33 damage. Now you have stamina to do that. Swafnir slowed. Oh well. Could be worse. Fireball. Shoot. Okay, good damage. He's also panicking, but most importantly, dead. There we go. And he dropped an apprentice belt, which gives +1 to magical efficiency. That's the one. Yeah, I think that's actually the name that I was thinking of. Okay. I feel like because he's the last in the list, he gets, you know, all the upgrades last. Any upgrades, but he also doesn't need it as much because again, she's gonna be using more spells. She's going to be casting more spells in general, and thus, you know, as indicated by her being almost out of mana, while he's almost full. So I think magical efficiency is more important for her right now, but at the very least he gets a normal belt there. Right. Yeah, it's a nice find. Yep, we can open that. And we open this for good measure. Some money, another lightning spray. Some random herbs on the ground. Right, we have this thing here. Actually, it was... Okay. I was gonna see if there's another way underground. You know what, let's just deal with this. Hirickis clearly was not satisfied with a horde of mindless insectoid servants. He also had to try to use magic to warp them and make them even more unpleasant. One such experiment lurks in the center of this chamber, surrounded by a magical field. The hideous, bead-red creature sits quietly, not seeming to notice you. How tough is it? Kinda tough? I guess it's not gonna do anything to us until we, like, disable the containing field. Aha, okay, so this is what I was wondering. It's a lot of extra money. Wow. Guess this. Oh, we just never mind. I thought we might find a connection to this place here, which we obviously can enter somehow. It's just there really nothing to click on? I mean, where could a hidden switch be? I suppose it could be... It doesn't have to be super, you know, it doesn't have to be right next to the passage it opens, even though that tends to be the case. Could it be in here? Oh, there... No? There is a button, and that connects here. What? But how? How do we enter that game? Well, it's a fine cloak. Indeed, that's all it is. It's not... No, it weighs the same. Okay, that's fine. We'll just exchange that. It's a steel shield. 10 armor, -5 hit. Okay. It's... Really, that's bulky? I suppose it's heavier. It's a piercing crystal. Spell barrier. Okay, so that's the whole thing. Good to know. Let's see, 12 pounds versus 12. So it's the same weight, but somehow it looks smaller from the graphic, but I guess it's bulky while this one is not. It's a bit of a shame. Let's see, that is only 8, so you can't really use that without being encumbered. It's fine. Not a big deal. What is this? Wounds are healed. Okay, just a normal healing thing. Bags of meal. Not valuable. Okay, so that's a bummer. We did find that switch, but how do you enter this? There must be some way. I refuse to believe that there isn't some kind of way to open that. Oh, wait, no. I did see this before. Oh, wait, I did not see this one, actually. I did see this one. Wow. Okay. I mean, the thing is, you do see buttons even when you're not in the same room, right? No, wait, yes. Yes, you do. You can't, the game won't tell you that they're interactable until you actually see them, but you do see the graphic. There's another one here. That seems very out of the way. Can we, please? We're stopped by our stupid, kind of useless... Okay, that's not a thing, actually. We're kind of useless minions there. Is that a button? It's just part of the inscription on the wall. Yes. Huh. And this kind of goes off in a different direction. But also leads to a dead end, so it's a good thing we confirmed that. Well, there's something left to do upstairs. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe somehow by dealing with this thing... You have no idea how to use this machinery, or for that matter, what it is for. You leave it. Okay. This creature seems lethargic. Then you get close to it and immediately leaps to life. The air around you starts to grow very warm. Oh. Okay. So that's how you do that. We still can't do anything with that? I mean, luckily standing in the way of these floating sparks here does not seem to have any kind of effect on us. Come on. Armor break. That was a miss. Unfortunate. Oh, what? That was the scuttler, summoning a rain of fire. Okay, that's nasty, to say the least. Let's go with protection first here, because this thing seems to be capable of dealing quite a bit of damage. It was a nice double hit. Okay. I'm assuming that there is a cooldown on that ability. I'm just gonna go with fire. Thankfully, it's even though it's using fire damage itself, it's not immune to fire. It easily could have been. That's not. Okay, I'll use that again, but we should hopefully be able to finish it off before it does it again. I'm gonna have you heal him just to be a bit safer. That was terrible damage. Come on, what is going on? Why were those hits so bad? He's literally down to 1 health. Okay. So I guess I was not scripted. I was just unlucky to deal 2 very bad hits in a row. I guess it was no longer vulnerable. and not taking extra damage. Okay. That was kind of bad. We did regain some health. But just to be a little bit safer. And heal everyone. And I could have used, and would have used, one of those group healing scrolls. If, you know, the fight had continued any longer. Warmth ring, protection and cold resistance. Okay, well this one gives you 4 armor and 5% stun resistance. Okay, that does not encumber you. Does it have a weight? It does. But not enough to make a difference. Alright. A U-bow. And this is a slightly better one. You don't have a bow of any kind. Oh, and you still have a bad bow. Oh, that's not good. You can have this. That puts you exactly... Again, it's encumbered at. So yes, she's actually now encumbered. That's not okay. And we don't really need that bow, so... I guess it can be sold, though. Right. I also do realize that we are over an hour, but, you know, we're almost done with this area. We did find the piercing crystal. Seems like the game gave me that on purpose. And even though, you know, this is the first barrier that we ever encounter. It's probably not going to have anything amazing. Focusing crystal. What does that do? No useful abilities of its own. Materials. Can be worked into quality armor and weapons. Oh, okay. So I should not just go ahead and sell that? Oh, wow. Do I actually... Should I hold on to steel bars? If you know, feel free to tell me. I guess I could look it up myself. In fact, I might look up what kinds of materials or items in general to maybe hold on to for quests or maybe crafting. Yeah. Oh, a shield of warmth. I mean, okay. It's just a slightly better version of the normal shield and not heavier, most importantly, so we'll just take that. There's a tiny little upgrade for you. So we just can't do anything with this. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. Is there anything else here? I guess the scuttler itself didn't drop anything. Yeah, so that little tunnel underground is a bit of a mystery. No visible way to do anything about that. Just... Okay, yeah, I mean... There's nothing else to click on. There are no other buttons. The one button kind of nearby that I found, unfortunately, turned out to be completely unrelated. So this is a bit puzzling, to say the least. No secret button in his private chambers, as far as I can tell. Yeah, I don't know. Sure, it seems like this is probably a thing you can, or you know, some sort of container of some sort. In fact, it definitely is. There must be a way into it. Okay, I'm actually gonna pause recording. I really should just end the episode, but in fact, I really should. Is there anything else? That was, well, okay. You know what? I'm gonna look around a bit more, very carefully, keeping my eyes very much peeled. That's not how you exit this place. Oh god. I'm gonna do that off camera. But before I end this episode, this extra long episode, I'm going to just quickly check if this is indeed no longer usable. It is, actually. Oh. Well then. Come on. That's a nice miss. Okay, so now we've basically disarmed all the different scuttler pits and dealt with all the scuttlers. What I have not actually been paying attention to at all is whether we've been collecting any scuttler eyes. Scuttler eyes, 15. I think that's way more than we need. 8. Okay, interesting. I wonder if there are any other uses for those, or if we just collected some extra for good measure. Either way, that quest is complete. Plus the likely also extant quest from New Harston to deal with Hirickis. So I'm expecting to get some extra reward once we finally get to that place. So that's nice. Now for next time, there is a little bit more to explore underground. There is that one tunnel that went off to the east, and there's also most likely another tunnel entrance somewhere in the area, I guess north of New Harston, that we haven't explored. So those are some things I probably want to check out just to, you know, so I can really say that I'm done with the Gauntlet area for good. Yeah, and of course in between episodes I'm going to look around some more to maybe find a way into that secret little passage that's been taunting me. Now, as always, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye!